The Blessed Express. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? Shall we? Who's ready for some boom, baby? Boom! Bap, bap, bap. Punching life in the face. Let's go. Rise and shine. That beautiful light of the world, man. That feels so good to be woken up. I'm your boy, Marquis Saint. This is Mostly Saints. It's the first Mostly Saint Skullcap, bro. I made it last night, fresh to death, man. Head over ache, baby. Head over ache. We're going to AVNs today. That's right. We were at AVNs yesterday in Las Vegas. It was wild. I wanted to talk about the reality over the fantasy. And this morning, because I'm wearing the head over ache, it's kind of that in reality too. It's like, do I really want the pleasure or do I really want the pain? And this morning motivation, we're going to be talking about this, and it's insane. So the amount of stuff that we choose to lose and why we chose it, Saints Addiction leg out. All right, so let's get the motivated juice on. The juice is worth the squeeze. Yep. The juice is worth the squeeze, and that's what it is. It's both things. It's head over ache. It's reality over fantasy. It's juice worth the squeeze, because that's what we do in our brain. As a monkey, and it's supposed to be a civilized monkey, and we're really not that smart. We got small brain cavities. We're the biggest brain cavity of the primate species, but in that, guess what? We still have a... What the fuck's this guy doing? He's just in a chair. He never says hi to me. He made it for me to walk by. He was like, I'm avoiding humans. I don't blame you, bro. Shout out to you. So the primaries, our heads will only fit so far through the birth canal. Otherwise, we'd have some big egg-shaped babies, and maybe that's why the aliens are smarter. But as far as our brain capacities are concerned, it's really two-pronged, right? You got the good and you got the evil. You got the halo and you got the horns. What ends up this being is a euphemism for needs and wants, right? So in our world, especially like the AVN world, there's a lot of guys that want a hot girlfriend. They want a girlfriend that's got a bad ass and a bad tits and the whole thing matches to the face. And then they don't know that in reality, these just got daddy issues, right? I don't see nobody walking around with their parents, right? They're incels, so they smell of fapping and masturbation and being overweight, and they braved to finally leave behind the computer to see their scarlets and starlets and porn stars in reality. And the fantasy reality sphere is the same sphere I was talking about yesterday of this invisible economy. It doesn't matter that you had to go on a sheet and work 8 hours and you got that money. In reality, you can hand it over to somebody for a tip, and that doesn't even make it to taxes, right? There's ways that get spent, right? You'd be like, how did all this money appear into the banks? I don't know. Dade County, Miami, cocaine, maybe, right? Dirty money, laundered money, money that comes from drugs, drug money, right? These guys were doing it through the 10th largest bank in the world, bro, in reality, right? Withdrawing $1 million in cash. Like, you can do that in an ATM. But that's what people do, right? We deceive, we dilute. We're in Delulu land, where everybody wants to pretend that they got their shit together. But I've seen a couple starlets walking around with their face long, or they've been crying, you know, maybe they still have those issues. This is the fucked up part that I have to tell you about, is people are only going to sell you part of the delusion, right? It was kind of like my friends over at the Palomino Club. I was thinking they have a nice little group for strippers. Fuck Play It Again Sam. Play It Again Sam is where strippers go to die. Fuck that place. You already know, watch yesterday. They're a bunch of assholes. But for a club that treats customers right, aren't trying to juice all their customers because they're running out of money, right? They need to pay their bills, you know what I mean? Like, hey, bud, got anything? And it's like, fuck all the way off, bro. I got me, right? And I get to be free walking into a facility, what I purchase, and when I leave, right? You don't get to tell me what I do when I'm inside of a facility. You can't make me buy Balenciaga. I can go in and look all I want. And that's why you invited me in. That's why you knew my Nevada ID and you scanned me in. It's a bunch of hypocrites. There are people out here that will put on airs, you know what I mean? Like, hey, we're all your friends. Guess what? That's what they look like. They look like friends. They look like people that are there for you, but they're not there for you. Once you're done stripping and you go home, you probably go home alone. You probably go pet your cat. That's got to be 4 out of 5 cat bags of cat food and cat litter, right? The loneliness is real, and you can't even keep anybody's relationship status in reality either. So many situationships, so many people are settling, so many people aren't finding, some people aren't even finding themselves. So it goes into this whole world in ether of who am I in reality? Am I a non-player NPC? Am I just a non-player content creator that just walks around and says the same thing over and over and does the same things? There are people that will play it that way. There are people that will make their reality exactly the same every day just to stay comfortable. And then there's the other people that will risk it for the biscuit, but they risk too much because they have impulse control or lack of impulse control, and they're only going to their bottom half of decision making, meaning thinking with your dick, thinking with your pussy, thinking with your lower half, right? You're not trying to elevate and get to nirvana and really have your own self-esteem, right? You're gonna go get a boob job, a facelift, BBLs, whatever else I saw yesterday. And then you're stuck that way. So when you're going to the airport, it's fucking awesome to be the most big tittiest chick in the world at one of these events, right? You can have your own booth, big ass titties out to here. I brought the biggest guns. Well, you still have guns on you at the airport. Now you look weird in normal situations like church or family functions when you're trying to take pictures. In reality, right? It's like Instagram. This is the most beautiful place in the world. In reality, it's got like a little spot, little cot to spot to sit at. And it's just like a junky ass bed. Some of these hotels you see on Instagram, the view might be amazing. The accommodations, not so much. And that's where we live. We live in a world where this motherfucker is always trying to walk towards me with the same dog. Same dude, same dog. Like, bro, stay away from me. Here, I'm gonna go my own way. He can leave me the fuck alone. So, we put ourselves in a delusional land. We don't want to see it. We don't want to see our lack of finances, right? Heard the girl today. She was like, if a girl doesn't want to go 50-50, it's probably because she can't afford the other 50%, right? Like, if you can't afford 50% of my lifestyle, how are you going to have me covering 50% of your lifestyle? There it is, right? And we're in this world where we want a bunch of money, right, for showing off our ass. But we know that the guy that we want doesn't want a bunch of suitors trying to get all your attention, right? It's a battle for attention, boys and girls. That's what I'm doing to you right now. I'm like, give me some attention. I want 1,000 subscribers. I want 1 million viewers so I can be popular. And then to what end? I take some of your lifespan, right? Just so I can feel good for a day, like for a couple seconds. Do you think girls that get used to like 3,000, 10,000 likes, do you think they get desensitized, or they see one and they go, ooh? No, that's what happens. We get all the things that we need and we don't appreciate them. We have no gratitude for them whatsoever. And then we complain because we don't have more. And that's all it is. More, more, more. I want more. And as long as I don't have more, I'm not more. And that means I'm not enough. And that means I have to go back on the cycle of chasing people for their status, right? Judgment, right? And a pecking order that we don't see. Again, this invisible economy that no one wants to see. All these women want to press the pretty button, right? If you ask some girls, right, if they would rather have beauty or financial stability, I think I might ask them today, what would they choose, right? Beauty or financial stability, what would you choose? And I probably keep saying beauty. You want to know why? Because it's power, right? Nobody wants to be powerless, but no one wants to make themselves powerful. They want situations to make them powerful. They want money to make them powerful. They want something external to show that they have something up on someone else. And we were talking about it yesterday with the women. It's so true. They'll be like, oh, everything's so equal, but I want the best for me. And it's like, how are you ever going to have any friends if you know all your friends are going to either sleep with your enemies or sleep with your boyfriend or backstab you in the end, right? Like, you can't build anything with anyone without trust. And that's what ends up happening. We don't trust our own realities. We go into this world of fantasies and we get fatter, right? Then it's time to go to dating and it's time to get real and you're not getting chosen. And then you got to get real with yourself. This is that whole man of action club. This is that whole, oh my God, men can take accountability, because women, they're not going to take accountability for their lack of financial security. Their job is to find a guy to attract them to them so he can take care of those things. We're looking for partnerships. It's like we're hiring all the time. We're looking for a certain person to fill a certain job in our lives, right? And it might be one person that just fills one thing. You know, girls are like that. We're very, mammals in general are clever creatures, but women are more opportunist than anything. It's like, oh shit, there's a lot of money going around right now. My clothes might come off, right? There's some ballers on this boat. I might sleep with a few, right? You know what I mean? Like, there's a chance for you to throw all inhibitions away and just do what you want to do, right? I do what I want to do when I want to do it, right? Thanks for the like. I appreciate you, bro. And yeah, Mark Ireland, baby. What's up, bro? I ain't need no bitch. I ain't need no bitch. Bro, you don't. Because they're a human too. And that's the point. They're a human that can't even get along with their own version of the species. So the lesbians are still arguing. One of my friends today, she actually just said, Nicole Mariotti, shout out to you, happy birthday, girl. She's one of my old customers 15 years ago. But when I met her, she was with Jennifer. They're a lesbian couple. That shit didn't last long. How can it last when you know both of you guys are going to try to stab each other in the back as soon as you get a chance? Right? Like, you know, I already know what a sigh, eye roll, neck tweak, you know, get the neck going. You know what I mean? I already know what that means from my mom, from my grandma, being surrounded by women. But women know the nuances of it. They can't be directly aggressive. They have to be pseudo-aggressive, right? So it's to demerit you, or maybe destroy your dress, or maybe not pick you to go with the group, or, you know, all sorts of little snide, little fucking passive-aggressive shit. That's reality, you know? In Instagram, they're all kissing, butts together. The more naked and the more women together in one photo, the more likes they're gonna get. And that's all we're doing. We're feeding them the same medicine, or not. It's not medicine. It's a fake dopamine. We're feeding them the fake dopamine to keep them on the system. They're going on Snapchats and Instagrams to get feeling of worthiness and praise and attention. It's synthetic attention, right? And we go for our synthetic attention, and the guys that hit the button, they're getting synthetic affection. They think they're really talking to that girl. They really think that she's half naked and just talking to them. And odds are they're probably sitting in a room masturbating with another guy on the other end messaging them. The fuck is going on here? You know, so I saw Delululand. I was at the AVNs yesterday. People are fucking crazy, and I don't want to even fucking hear about it. We're going to have to do a bless up. This message is brought to you by Roken Vapes, champion of vapes. Yep. I got new carts sold separately at Saints Addiction. These little half-gram carts. One of the last time, but let's get a big old fucking puff. All right. Bar Pro. Mention Saints Addiction. 15% off. Mark, what do you think of the new Mostly Saints skull cap? Come on, man. Some janky shit, he said. They wouldn't even let you say janky with the N-word. You got flagged. You can't be saying the N-word on YouTube, bro. Good thing I brought a blunt, because it's Saints Addiction, baby. Let's bless up. Marky, bro. As soon as I see you, man, we're smoking a real blunt, homie. With real tobacco from Vegas. My weed. Yes, indeed. It's going down, bro. I would love nothing more than stop smoking your janky-ass papers from Ireland, janky-ass Irish fucking rules, and smoke some real American fucking skunk, homie. Get with it. Let's go. Bless up. So, hold on. Nose running, life going. I'm even running out of time to do these shows, but I wanted to expose the reality. I went to Delululand yesterday, and it's covered in lies. The girls are lying to themselves, right? They don't want their parents to find out. The men are lying to the girls because they don't really care about them. And the men are lying to themselves because they're not really trying to earn those, right? And so we go back to superficiality. We go back to unreality. We go to this thing where as long as people believe that I look good, it doesn't matter that I'm alone at home. As long as I believe that she's talking to me, it doesn't matter that I'm fat behind the computer screen. As long as I placate myself and fill these little wants instead of my needs, then everything will be okay. And it's a fucking lie, bro. It's a fucking lie. Everybody's living a lie, and I don't live lies. That's not what happens over here on this channel, homie. You gotta tell the truth. Aud yourself, even if it hurts. Because we all start walking that path, and we think we belong on it, and usually it has a want at the end of it, right? A little want, like my blunt. I want the blunt, so I'll walk to it. You know, we'll make all sorts of decisions based off of instincts and what's the word? Stimulus. You'll feel hungry. Next thing you know, you're by the fucking staring at the refrigerator going like, what was I here for? Right? You know what I mean? Everybody does it, but that's how human nature is. It's so subtle. And that's why it's such an invisible economy, because people, I say it all the time, if dudes could talk to hot chicks, there wouldn't be no strip clubs. And if chicks could find better mates, they wouldn't strip. It's out there. But it's a lot easier to just go take off your clothes for good quick 4 or 5 hours, make a couple thousand, and go home and pay. They interrupted me with the spam call. And it's just that. It's like the more real you get, the more your goals you get real. If you live in Lululand, you're going to be living with fake things. Like it's like buying skins on a video game. What the fuck is that? Plastic Bucket Challenge, y'all. You know, what the fuck is that? That's always 5 yards away too. You know? Why would you want to win at a level in a video game? No one cares. You're still sitting at home in your underwear and you're going like, yes, I beat that level. To what end? You know? You didn't do anything. You just made Microsoft more rich. And I keep telling my friend, stop getting, Bill Gates already has a big enough mansion, bro. He's good. So is Steve Ballmer. So is the Intuit fucking $1.7 billion fucking Clippers stadium they just built, bro. There's plenty of people that got plenty of money, but you can't wait to give them all your time, your biggest resource, and try to win things that aren't real, right? The real win is to not masturbate and have a girl masturbate for you. That's a real win, right? The real win is not to have a pseudo girlfriend online, but a girl that doesn't mind spending time with you, right? The real win is not having to chase something external and try to go get boob jobs, facelifts, and butt lifts, and just love who you are, and so someone can love you because you're still real. When you move these fake boundaries, like, oh man, I gotta have a guy that makes 200 grand. The girl's like, not a good looking girl. She's a 2-3, you know what I mean? And she's like, I'm not gonna date nobody that makes less than 200 grand. Want to hear me out? And she goes and does the math, right? She does the math. She's like, it costs this much to live in LA. It costs this much for healthcare. And it costs this much for babies. While the truth is, most people that live in LA are homeless and are below the poverty line, right? Most people still find a way to make it work with their family and their close friends and their units, their community, and no one's gonna date you. If they're not fat, married, bald, or whatever, you know what I mean? You're a delusional land. They have a male calculator to tell you how delusional you are. You have a 0.22% chance, less than a 0.5% chance to find a guy that way. And you're over here going like, oh yeah, all the other girls won't want him. I'm gonna get him, you know? We'll stick true to these fantasies. We'll hold tight to it and go, yeah, you know what? My vision, I'm so delusional that my vision's gonna work. Well, I've been delusional for some visions that worked, right? I went and said, I'm gonna start a business with no money. It didn't work till I worked it. And sure, I started a business, but just because I have a retail industry or you have a beauty product doesn't mean it's successful. Doesn't mean I'm signing IPOs or making 10 grand a month, right? That's a real business with employees paying taxes. But most of us are just doing promotions, and that includes me. I had to realize that myself. Marketing, I was like, selling ain't telling, or telling ain't selling, bro. Just because you talk about it and post about it doesn't mean you are about it. You know what I mean? And that's what people do. They'll be like, oh yeah, let me just post for you. A million followers for Kim Kardashian. Did she sell 1 million products? Probably not. But it's exposure. It's attention. That shit's a fart in the wind, bro. That's what they used to call like a fart in a skillet. It's already fucking gone. And you're over here trying to build an empire or a business on fictitiousness? Or how about a relationship based off of sand? I don't think so, bro. Ain't gonna happen. And that's what we keep doing. We keep deluding ourselves, going like, yeah, sure, I get what I want and I'm gonna get what I need. And you're like, wait a minute, what happened to the balance of life? What happened to the day and night? You know what I mean? No, you're over here thinking that you're special, which is part of narcissism, right? That you deserve something, right? Which is what we do. We get entitlement, right? And then we're mad at the world because it didn't give us what we wanted, but we didn't work for it. That's the Ice Cube quote, bro. How are you going to expect to get the benefits for work you didn't do? But that's what we do. We're going to expect the fucking Prince Charming to come save us from our victimhood. We're going to have somebody come up with his white knight and horse and be our guide and save our day. I think not, bro. You know you got to save your day. No one's going to come in there and make decisions for you. No one else gets to live the consequences for you. So therefore, they don't get to play your video game. They don't get to be you, that player. You're the only player. Everybody else can play Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, pick any player that they want. This game called life, you are the only player. That's it. You're the only player you got to be. I used to think, man, I'm not waking up as Shaq. I'm never going to be no 7 foot. And I'm not going to have his bank account neither. I wake up as me every day. How about you? And that's our character. That's our actual character and how we decide to play in this game called life. And the way that character plays, or what it does, and what moves it makes is really up to you. Lao Tao Kun in Thailand, they say Lao Tao Kun. That means up to you. It's up to you how you're going to play it, player. And the consequences are going to be your own. And it was only my body that was in prison, nobody else. I looked around, I'm like, no one else is doing the time, right? If you do the crime, you do the time, and that's what ends up happening. What do you say? Blinker, get the fuck out. Looks like a good rap, though, to be honest. What's the Lululand? Delusional land, bro. Delusional land is Delulu. When girls are Delulu, guys can be delusional too. Showing up 300 pounds, talking to porn stars, drooling on them. It was weird. But that's their clients. So they're going to keep those guys behind their computer screens thinking that they're talking to them when really they're just paying that LA bill. So you couldn't find a guy that made 200 grand, right? So what'd you end up doing? You went over and tricked some other homeless or poor dude that's sleeping at his mom's house into paying your bills. Pretty crazy, right? But that's the delusional world we live in. I'm going to give you some reality. They're not going to care until it's something that they want from you. If you can make them look good at the dinners or in front of their family, check, you're in, right? If you can provide for them and give them what they want, guess what? There's a lot of monkeys that come around and will be like, hey, guess what? There's a lot of acorns over at this tree. It takes someone to go get those acorns. It takes some work to go get it. So maybe it's for them to just take off their shirt and show their titties and get your money, but you had to get up at 5 a.m. to go get it. Weird little economy, isn't it? But that's what it was all day long at AVNs, and we're going to be going again today to promoting faceless porn and talking to all these big titty chicks, and it's a lot of fun. But it's just that. It's just fun. There was no business. Nobody asked to buy banners or stickers or get any business from me. It was just hanging out. And I know if I'm hanging out, then I'm not working, right? So I love kicking it. I love being relaxed, but putting in work and staying concentrated, that's what World of Concrete was for. Working these events and putting in that hard work, you can work on your health. And you can work on your finances, right? You can even work on your look, the way you dress yourself. There's ways you can elevate your status. There's ways you can elevate your position in the society. And we're all competing for it, right? All these dudes are trying to be the 1%, including this dude right here. So that way my genetics can go into the future and I can get better women to choose from, higher class of women. And there is a different class of women. I got the women that just want to be fucking glamour models, right? Everything in their pictures is just perfect. Everything's a photo shoot. You know, some girls live in that reality where their whole goal in life is to be somebody's pretty puppy, a trophy, you know, a stay-at-home mom, or just a wife, or maybe not even a wife, just to have a place so they can say, I got this. And that way they can make the other girl feel insignificant, because they all know they feel insignificant because they can't be happy for each other. Right. Oh, she got a better boyfriend? Instantly jealous. Oh, she got a baby? Instantly jealous. Oh, she got a bigger house and car? Instantly jealous. And that's us losing our joy for comparison. Staying on that phone, watching everybody else's fake curated life dictate how we live, so that way we can compete for a fictitious image. What? Nah, man, come on, man. I'm trying to tell you, it's just so much more fun to fucking actually do the traveling yourself, right? To actually eat the food yourself, right? And it's also more fun to fucking actually just be yourself when you're not trying to put on airs. It's hard to keep it up. There's a lot of people that do the front, right? They'll fake friends, they'll fake frenemies. There's people in business that'll fake alliances. This is part of the Machiavellianness of business and life and 48 laws of power. So as everybody's jockeying for power and everybody's jockeying for position and everybody's trying to put on airs, they live there in delusional land. What do they say? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That's the stupid prize. That you actually didn't get your health, that you actually didn't get the girl of your dreams, and that you didn't actually get what you didn't earn. Tough call, huh? And I'm not trying to be rude, but it's true. You know, it's just like that. You know, you can't expect to lose the weight if you didn't do the work, right? You can't expect someone to understand you if you don't understand yourself, and you can't expect to have real success and real goals achieved if you're not living in reality. And that's hard to do, because most of us will lie to ourselves. Yep, spending, drug habits, OCDs, and we'll scurry on back to our normal programming. Just like today, I go back to AVNs, and they'll live in that world, in that reality where it's much better to have the attention of a bunch of people and not the real attention of one person. And isn't that the definite addiction? Giving up everything for one thing, right? Well, if you give up that one thing to get everything, then you would get it, wouldn't you? You would get life. You would get what you want out of life. You would get what life means. That's the point. That's this morning's marijuana motivation, you know, for us to get real reality, to get real with ourselves, and reach real goals. Smell that finish line. It just smells way better. It just tastes way better, and it just feels way better to do it yourself. It feels good in my own body. After I do the workout, I get those benefits. When I'm done with my work, I get the benefits of profits, right? And when I'm done planting trees, one of these days I can sit in the shade because I worked that hard and earned it. No shade, no cap, no shadow work, none of that. Just I get to relax after I earned it, and only after I earned it. Try putting it in front of you next time. Put a goal in front of put a need in front of the want, right? And see what happens next time. Next time, don't do what you want. Make yourself do something that you need to do, like the dishes before you get the cigarette, or saving $300 a month before you go on trips, or better yet, some sort of discipline, because that's the magic ingredients to motivation. That's my on my heart from the start. Your boy Marquis Saint, and as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever in Phoenix. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, subscribe. The other side of your fears, the other side of the world, because that's where I'll be. And the other side of your excuses, because as long as you want to lie to yourself, you'll live that lie. We all do in some form or another. And it's just like, what you want, you're going to really get. So it's about time that we start changing our wants, put our needs in front of it, and just go like, hey, man, let me get some shit straight first. Then I can get straight inside. That's it. Blessings. Go over to Mostly Saints. Should be liking it, subscribing it, buying some gear. You already know what it is. Peace.